Linda, grab that book for me.
Here you go. David,
Huh?
my man. That voice. Ugh. None other than Emmy. That nasty piece. She's reaching out to hug David, who's sitting, and I swivel the chair smoothly, making her hug air and stumble down. Missed it by that much. Haha. Emmy gets up, super peeved, grabbing a cup of water off the table. Pretending to trip, she aims it at me, but I pop open a prepped umbrella. Water splashes back on her. Ugh, David, Linda's bullying me. Hey, I'm Linda, 18, living my best life with David until Emmy stepped back in, wrecking all my love stories. I can't forget the first time I met Emmy. In Ohio, I was with my then-boyfriend Mark, waiting for movie tickets, when a girl came and passionately kissed him. Excuse me? Hands off my guy! Oh, you must be Linda. Hi, I'm Mark's friend. Friend? What kind of friends can kiss like that? Before I flipped, Mark stopped me.
I forgot to tell you, Emmy grew up in France. Their greetings are different.
Well, someone teach her some manners. She dragged Mark into the theater, leaving me tagging along like a third wheel. Every time Emmy popped up, dates with Mark turned nightmarish. Emmy always found a way to be there when Mark and I hung out. When we'd go out for drinks, Emmy would often share Mark's glass as if they were the couple. Let me have a sip. What the heck is going on here? Am I becoming the third wheel? During meals, Emmy would nonchalantly eat from Mark's plate too. I was about to lose it with her. Sure enough, on one of our trips, Emmy insisted on tagging along. In the middle of the night, she knocked, asking to share our room since her heater was broken. Let's sleep, everyone. Hey, you're the third wheel here. Have some decency and sleep on the floor. But all I got in response was Emmy's thunderous snoring, with Mark already settled beside her. These two were just too much. That night, Emmy lay between the two of us. She kept clinging onto Mark, shoving me towards the edge of the bed. Stop pushing! Phew. Almost. She nearly sent me flying onto the floor. Ouch! She's gonna pay for this. I grab my pillow, take aim, and hurl it at her. As Emmy stirs, I drag her outside to settle the score. You've crossed the line, Emmy! So what? Mark isn't objecting. Oh, and I actually like Mark. That's why I've been tagging along. Huh? Turns out she had clear intentions from the start. Just then, Mark wakes up and steps out of the room. I was about to tell him what she'd said when Emmy suddenly bursts into tears. That's right, she starts wailing. Linda, I'm sorry. I don't have my parents around, and I've been really lonely. That's why I wanted to hang out with you guys. I thought we were friends.
Why are you being so harsh on Emmy?
Mark hugged Emmy and scolded me. With teary eyes, Emmy whined. Please, Mark. Linda didn't mean it. I was gobsmacked at Emmy's acting. Furious, I left that night. And it got worse. Mark broke up with me via text. That blind fool! I blocked him immediately. Later, my family moved to San Francisco. I heard Mark and Emmy got together. What a joke. Time passed and 2 new kids transferred to my class. A basketball hotshot known statewide and a stunning girl. While the room buzzed over David, I couldn't tear my eyes from the girl next to him. Emmy! Yes, the very same Emmy who once stole my bow. She'd moved back to the States for good. Against my expectations, Emmy approached like we were old pals, pulling a chair next to mine uninvited. What's the she-wolf plotting now? Oh, Linda, I broke up with Mark. No hard feelings, okay? Dream on. I stepped out, paying her no mind. During gym, while I'm lost in thought watching basketball, a ball unexpectedly smacked into me. Hey, could you toss that back? Emmy was grinning at me. She could have gotten the ball herself. With restraint, I fought the urge to throw it at her face, instead launching it far from Emmy straight into the hoop. David sprinted towards me, exhilarated.
Amazing! Hey girl, what's your name?
Linda? I stuttered, overwhelmed by his close proximity. With his healthy tan and muscles that every girl dreams of catching his eye, David's smile lights up a corner of the field.
Hey little one, you've got talent. Are you up for me showing you a few cool tricks?
With that, we spent a joyful afternoon on the basketball court. I didn't realize I had such a knack for it. The next day when I walked into class, there was this palpable buzz with everyone throwing glances my way. No sooner had I dropped my backpack onto my chair than Emmy was on me, prying into the rumors about me dating David. Everyone tuned in at the sound of her question, curiosity lighting up their eyes. What if David asked you out? Lucky Linda. And here I thought girls like me would never get a chance with David. With your looks, Emmy, I bet there are at least 10 Davids out there crushing on you. Ew, I'm no stranger to her over-the-top acting. Then, in comes David, spinning a basketball on his finger, all smiles at me.
Linda, wanna catch a basketball game this afternoon?
The class erupts and I'm flushed, center stage for the first time. As I hesitated, about to decline, I caught Emmy's peculiar gaze at David. Well, who wouldn't fall for this guy? Without a second thought, I swung towards David and agreed. Score! Emmy's eyes switched to furious. Let's see her act her way out of this one. The next day, David and I were courtside. We were settling in when I sensed something was missing. And sure enough, there she was. What a coincidence, bumping into you guys here. Yeah, right. What a coincidence. Ah! Does she go nuts? Sorry, Linda. All right, no more Miss Nice Girl here. The game proceeds to halftime, featuring the awaited Kiss Cam. Of course they pick people who seem visually compatible, David and Emmy included. With the crowd's pressure, Emmy lunged at David, seemingly ready to devour him.
Emmy, what are you doing?
Watch me turn the tables, Emmy. I swiftly pulled David to me and planted a peck on his cheek.
Linda?
The camera stayed on us. Receiving an unexpected kiss, David froze. Then he pulled me closer and kissed me on the lips. Holy moly! Emmy looked like she was about to explode. Days following, the wolfish Emmy began to bare her fangs. As David and I chatted on the basketball court, she approached, hoping for some basketball tips from him. Same old innocent act. But did she think she could outplay me again? I smiled warmly at Emmy. Emmy, if you haven't played before, you should start with the basics. Let me teach you. Once you advance, you can ask David for help. So the whole afternoon, I had Emmy running around like a headless chicken, fetching balls I threw all over the court. After that session, she never set foot on the basketball court again, aching all over. Serves her right. A few days later, our school organized a camping trip. During the campfire, Emmy started sharing our old love story with Mark to the entire class, twisting it to seem like I was the homewrecker. Sneaky little... acting all sweet, but plotting behind my back. I calmly walked over. Emmy, I haven't seen you on the court lately. Remember how you used to keep up with Mark and me, never getting tired? Oh, I almost forgot. Linda's so interesting. Let me share some stories. Then I began retelling the real tale before Emmy could spin it. Her face darkened, lips tightening. What are you talking about, Linda? You clearly got between Mark and me. Oh, she had to act that way because I would respond in kind. Look, you saw it yourself. Mark and I were once happy together. Emmy, how dare you lie? I looked at Emmy and everyone, my eyes welling up. People rushed to comfort me while continuously reproaching her. Surprise, surprise. Being too lazy to delete pictures actually came in handy for me. Embarrassed and furious, Emmy stormed off. When I returned to the tent, Emmy pulled me away to a distant spot, initiating a major argument. Which? You're so obsessed with me, keeping pictures with me in them? Whatever, I don't make up stories like you do. Ow! Emmy grabbed my hair, and I grabbed hers back. Ow! We tussled, and suddenly, we both fell into a hole. God, why am I stuck with this faker? Luckily, the hole was filled with leaves, so I wasn't hurt. Emmy wasn't as fortunate and scraped her leg. Seeing her wincing, I tore a piece of my clothing to bandage her wound. Is anyone there? Help us! Why are you sitting there? You just shouted so loud. We both started calling for help, but it seemed like we were too far from the camp. Suddenly, a wolf howled nearby. Emmy, scared, clung on to me. I reassured her. Why scared? It's one of your kind. If it weren't for Mark dumping me for you, I wouldn't be in this mess. Huh? He's such a jerk, always making excuses. I'll never contact that loser again. He said he dated me because he saw you in me. Emmy, he lied. I blocked him the day we broke up. If that were true, why would he still choose you when he was with me? Emmy suddenly realized the truth about Mark. She started apologizing for her past actions, promising not to smear my name again if we escaped the pit. Eventually, David and the others found us and rescued us. Emmy stopped causing trouble, admitting she only flirted with David to make me miserable. She realized Mark was a scumbag and stopped obsessing over him. Falling into a pit turned out to be quite useful. As for David and me, we weren't dating yet. I apologized to him for dragging him into my pranks.
I'm so mad. You owe me.
What should I do to apologize?
Cheer for me at tomorrow's game. Deal?
This is kind of embarrassing to say, but...
Oh my God! It's Ethan! The super hot baseball team captain every girl at my school drools over. I accept.
Really? Awesome! Thank you so much! Caitlin rejected me 3 times already, but I couldn't give up. Make sure she gets these, okay?
Sure thing. What? What do you mean? Do I look like a delivery person to you?
Well, aren't you? Don't tell me you thought I was giving these to you. Oh, Glory. Besides a pretty face, you really didn't inherit anything from Caitlin, did you?
I tear open the chocolate bar and shove it into his mouth, ending it with a floral powder storm. Jerk! All right, too much drama and I forgot to introduce myself. I'm Glory Carwin. What? That girl who looks just like me? Ugh, that's Caitlin. And I hate having to introduce myself along with her. From birth, Caitlin was always ahead of me, even a few minutes. While I was still deciding whether to have strawberry jam or peanut butter for breakfast, Caitlin already knew things like calculus, trigonometry, and enrolled in high school at just 12. She can sing, dance, act, and is chased by brands to be their model. If I had to define Caitlin in one word, it would be perfect. Fine, I'm totally cool with being normal, but I can't stand being constantly reminded that I'm some kind of defective version of Caitlin. Must be nice having a famous twin sister, right? You probably get gifts mistaken for Caitlin all the time, huh? Even her blush and lipstick are just like Caitlin's. You should follow her fashion style. It'll make you more attractive. Ugh, can you believe this? I have my own style too. It's not just about looks. See that levitating magnetoid displayed in the school science lab? That's entirely my work. But look what that damn tag says. Creator, Glory Carwin, twin sister of Caitlin Carwin. What the fudge? The last straw was when I was lying at home watching MDA. What? I've been invited tomorrow for a new mascara campaign? Unbelievable! An offer from a renowned makeup brand and they called for me, Glory Carwin. No words can describe how thrilled I am. I did it! The shoot went super smooth. The director was so enthusiastic that I found it a bit weird because I didn't have to do much myself. Then, what's this? Why is my image photoshopped into an ad Caitlin shot?
We had no choice. Miss Caitlin Corwin was too busy to reshoot the missing segments.
This is outrageous! You didn't even credit me as a model in the ad.
Well, it wasn't you anyway. You should be grateful that your pretty face, similar to Caitlin's, got you this valuable opportunity.
Damn it! That's why they directed me in such detail. It was all to match the missing ad segments Caitlin had shot.
How are things at school lately? Caitlin, help Glory out. She seems to be struggling to fit in.
I don't need Caitlin's help. I can do everything by myself. Why does everyone always talk about Caitlin, Caitlin, Caitlin? Enough is enough. I can't endure this for the rest of my life. I must find a way out of her shadow. And yes, this is the opportunity I've been looking for.
I wonder if Caitlin will participate this year. Seems not. She must still be haunted by last year's loss to Anna. Such a pity.
All right, I'm entering this contest. I'll prove to everyone that it's not Anna, not Caitlin, but I who will win.
Huh? Is that Caitlin? No, that's just Caitlin's new copy who just enrolled. Can't you see how pale she is in comparison? Even she's competing in the King and Queen contest.
Ugh, what? What do they know about me to say that?
Her name is Glory, not Caitlin, nor a copy of Caitlin, in case you didn't know. The contestants need to gather now. Let's go.
Oh my god, he's holding my hand! Who is this handsome guy? We've never met before. Even my parents couldn't tell me and Caitlin apart until we were 7. Thank you, Mark. He surprised me. You knew I'm Glory, not, is that Caitlin?
Or is she Caitlin's twin sister? Like everyone else.
Oh, it's thanks to your levitating magnet project. That was cool. I've been paying attention to you since then. And hey, you're nothing like Caitlin. Glory, you're memorable in your own way.
Gosh, exactly what I always wanted to hear. I started crying like a baby and poured out all my pent-up frustrations to Mark. I've never been listened to and comforted that much. And guess who asked me out after the King and Queen contestant meetup? We clicked amazingly well, like a match made in heaven. I even found myself studying harder with Mark's help.
Great job, Glory. You got everything right on this one. You're improving so fast.
Thanks to you, Mark. Gradually, I felt something more than friendship developing between us. I wonder how Mark feels. Could we possibly win the King and Queen crowns and share a kiss on prom night? Oh, I'm so shy. Everything was going so well until... What the heck? My vote count is plummeting. Posts on the forum keep saying I cheated on tests and had Caitlin do my homework.
Just like Caitlin's copy, inside and out. Can't you do anything on your own?
That's Anna, a mean girl who always clashed with Caitlin. She actually dethroned my sister to win the Queen title last year. You're the one behind this, aren't you? If you have so much free time, why not focus on your own grades?
Ha. Look who's preaching about cheating.
People around started whispering. I'm about to rip her hair out when... Hold on, Glory. What are you doing here? I didn't influence anything. Glory has been studying hard and her success is her own. And I didn't ask for your help either. Why do you always meddle in my life? Glory, I want to test my abilities, right? Just wait for the knowledge contest. I'll prove to everyone. As a result, I topped the score in the knowledge contest. Anna is furious. She won't let go as long as I threaten her queen title. Ha ha ha, then bring it on. One day when Mark and I were volunteering at a pediatric hospital. Who pushed you? Can you describe the person?
She wore a pink dress, a black cap. She said her name was Glory.
What the? Impossible! Little buddy, can you take another look? Someone who pushed you was dressed like this? Oh, please! I can't believe you do such a thing. Kids don't lie.
But they can be mistaken. It couldn't have been Glory. She was playing with me and the kids outside all morning.
Yeah, Glory didn't go anywhere.
After a lot of explaining, the nurse reluctantly lets the matter slide, though she seems unconvinced. This is insane! Someone's definitely setting me up! Anna? Wait, why are you here? What's that? Let go! Don't you dare! Ouch! What is this? Anna, did you dress up as me to push that child, or are you scared that I'll take your queen title? Ha ha ha! Ridiculous! Who are you for me to be scared? Just give up. At least you won't have to lose embarrassingly like Caitlin. I won't lose to anyone. Not you, not Caitlin. Tired of Caitlin, huh? Too bad you can't escape her. Mark and Caitlin have been close for a long time, you know. Stop beating around the bush, Anna. What do you really want?
Oh, Glory, you think Mark genuinely noticed you? Your sister must have asked Mark to help you because she knew you couldn't win on your own. And did you know he used to have a crush on Caitlin?
The scene I dreaded the most happened just before prom night. Thanks for helping, Glory. Honestly, I'm worried about what Anna might do tomorrow.
No worries, I'll keep an eye on her. We could warn Glory.
No need. I don't care what she does, but at least she told me the truth.
Glory!
So that's how it is. Everyone underestimates me.
No, Glory, listen,
Just go away. I don't want to see your face. You too, Caitlin. You're like a curse. When will I ever live a life not haunted by you? My heart shattered seeing the hurt in Caitlin's eyes. I didn't know what to do except run away. I didn't mean to hurt Caitlin and Mark, but they deceived and belittled me. Huh? What's this? Why is my face breaking out in itchy red spots? Glory, you... Oh my god, what happened to your face? I don't know. Oh no, how am I supposed to go on stage like this? Damn it, I knew Hannah would pull something like this. Glory, don't give up. You'll win. Let's see. Caitlin! We need to turn these red spots into part of your makeup. I got it! Right, I can't give up. With a few strokes, I turn the red spots into flowers, creating an entirely new makeup layout. Amazing, Glory. You look stunning. Thanks, Caitlin. I'll avenge you. I'm going to beat Anna for sure. I stride onto the stage with a most confident smile, knowing I just need to be myself and I have loved ones who support me. Mark wins the king title. No curiosity. And the queen?
It's Glory Carwin!
Oh my god! I did it! I actually won! Glory, watch out! If it's not me, no one else can be queen! Ah! Well, that's the price of always playing dirty. Turns out the red spots were caused by Anna putting an allergic powder in my makeup. She also sabotaged Caitlin the same way last year. Glory, I was really worried about you and just wanted the best for you. I'm sorry I didn't realize how much you were struggling. I'm sorry for hurting you too. I was awful. Caitlin, you don't hate me, do you? No, Glory. How could I? We're family.
Congratulations, Glory.
Mark, I have a question. You used to like Caitlin, right? Uh-oh, I'm out.
Well, I did, but now it's different. It's you, Glory. Glory.
Love is a wild bird. Ouch! Ugh, what's so funny? Help me up, will ya? Don't you know who my mom is? She'd spend millions to land me roles in top musicals. You should feel honored to have me around.
Stephanie, come inside. We need to talk.
Gosh, wait until my mom hears about this. She'll know how to fire this whole crew. What? No! You can't replace me! This gorgeous face and my range of expressions, not everyone can do this!
It's the flamenco dance, the soul of the musical. It's the third audition in a month of dance lessons, and a half-Spanish actor like you still can't nail it. Not to mention your attitude is driving the teacher nuts.
Hey, I'm Stephanie, 17, a top young musical theater actress in New York. I was used to being adored and pampered until this crazy thing happened. For the first time in my life, I had to beg for a chance.
Fine. But on one condition. You must master authentic flamenco before the final audition next month. Go find Mrs. Juana Sanchez in Valencia, Spain, and convince her to be your teacher. This is as easy as it gets.
Huh? To Spain? Who's Mrs. Sanchez? How should I know? This is bad. At this rate, I'll lose the role to those amateurs. Despite my mom's attempts to dissuade me and promise another role, I headed to Spain that night. After 5 years since my parents' divorce and my dad moving back to his homeland, I was about to meet him again.
Hola, my dear daughter! I'm so glad you decided to come. I spent all night preparing your room. Oh, breakfast is ready too. Welcome to Spain.
Okay, my dad's a journalist, always busy and exhausted. Whatever. I'll find Mrs. Sanchez myself. But first, I need to eat. Huh? Bread with olive oil and tomato? That's weird. Come on, I might be half Spanish, but I've lived my 17 years in New York. Plus, I'm not a fan of olive oil. Nothing else to eat. Guess I'll have to find myself an American breakfast. The beauty of Valencia quickly made me forget my hunger. Look at those ancient buildings. It's like time traveling. I heard that's Valencia Cathedral, where the Holy Grail used by Jesus is kept. Lost in the city's charm, I ended up in a huge square without realizing. Then, ouch! Dang it! Talk about bad luck. What do I do now? Can't let anyone see me like this. Oh, such a pretty fountain, but so dusty.
Ah, los jugadores del Real Madrid están celebrando una reunión allí. Acabo de tomar un montón de fotos. Incluso puedes conseguir un autógrafo para el balón.
Suddenly, someone grabs my hand and we dash away. Oh no, my LV outfit! All wet. And where's my diamond earring?
Hey, hey!
Oh, hola? Gracias?
Hey, relax. I can speak English. You're all wet. Aren't you cold?
Wow, a handsome and chivalrous Spanish guy. But he's still not up to my standards. His name is Elio. I explained how I got lost and described the area around my house. Elio seemed clueless, but happily agreed to help me find my way back. Passing a camera shop, Elio suddenly stops and looks intently through the glass. What's up?
Oh, that's the camera I've been saving up for. I want to become a reporter. What about you?
I'm already a famous musical theater actress in the U.S.
Wow, that's cool. My mom loves musicals too. She used to be a famous flamenco dancer and was even invited to play the lead in Carmen. If you've worked with famous directors in the U.S., you must have heard of her. Juana Sanchez.
Oh my God! Did I hear that right? Mrs. Sanchez? I found her! Listen, you really want that camera, right? I can give it to you. In return, convince your mom to teach me flamenco.
What? But that... let me think.
So there I was, soaked to the bone, heading to Elio's house. Mrs. Sanchez appeared at the door, exuding kindness yet authority. And that pretty girl next to her looked tough to deal with. ¿Tienes?
Un actor musical estadounidense, mamá. Ella simplemente se cayó a la fuente. Try saying the line I taught you.
Hola. Mi nombre soy Stephanie. Oh, nice to meet you, Stephanie. Come in, relax, and have something to eat. Oh, okay. Elio, you tricked me! Turns out that girl, Belinda, is also Mrs. Sanchez's student, and she didn't seem to like me much. Look at this outfit she lent me. No way I would wear this if I wasn't soaking wet. Oh, not again. No way! I traveled all this way to escape this food and now... Whatever, I'm starving. Huh. Not bad. Turns out this weird dish is quite good. Just so you know, learning flamenco from Mrs. Sanchez isn't easy. Yeah, well, I'm blessed with quick learning skills. Thanks for the heads up. In for a penny, in for a pound. Anyway, I can't afford to lose this role. Still need to straighten your legs more. Do it again. Arms aren't decisive enough. Do it again. Wrong spin. You'll end up tying yourself in that dress. Do it again. Mrs. Sanchez, I'm exhausted. These are just basic steps. Why so many corrections? If you can't get these basics right, don't even dream about learning anything else. I want to quit so badly. But how hard I worked to get here? Just a bit more. Meanwhile, Elio has been a great help. He's adorable, kind, and somehow I've started to like him. Seems like Elio feels the same considering how often our eyes meet each day. Sometimes Elio secretly cues me when I forget a step. Or like that time when Belinda made me do a 5-turn spin and I almost crashed into a window.
Oops, are you okay? Be careful. You need to stay in one piece for your performance in the U.S.
Gosh, he's so close. Yeah, I can't wait to perform. The director needs to see how hard I worked for this role. That's when I realized I've never felt this excited before. Maybe because everything's always been too easy for me? 2 weeks flew by. Mrs. Sanchez was thrilled with my progress, and I was ready to return to the U.S. theater stage. But right before I planned to book my flight, Belinda unfortunately sprained her ankle attempting a 5-turn spin. I'm sorry, Belinda. You should rest. Stephanie, I know it's sudden, but can you replace Belinda in the city's annual flamenco performance? What? Belinda looked like she was about to jump up and pull my hair out. But whatever. All I care about now is I have to perform in front of hundreds of people tomorrow. Oh, it's almost my turn. Just as I start dancing, a slick layer of oil suddenly spills across the stage. That's Belinda! Darn it! It's okay, Stephanie. Just focus on the dance. I take a deep breath, trying to use everything I've learned. The tension fades as I get lost in the haunting guitar melody. Flamenco is a dance of the heart and soul. Let your emotions guide your feet. At the end of the performance, I slip and lose balance, but Elio catches me just in time. For a moment, my heart skips a beat as I look deep into his eyes. Could it be I've fallen for Elio? The performance is a huge success. Mrs. Sanchez decides to throw a small celebration at her house, and an unexpected guest shows up.
Oh, Uncle Anthony.
Hola, hola. Stephanie, you should have told me you came here to learn from Mrs. Sanchez.
My dad and Mrs. Sanchez. Even when my parents were together, I've never seen him this close with her. Dinner with delicious paella is served, but I can't seem to enjoy it. For the past 5 years, dinners at home have been cold affairs with just Mom and me, and Mom always preoccupied with business calls. Now look at them, like a real happy family. Unable to contain my feelings of doubt and sadness, I thanked Mrs. Sanchez and hastily left.
Stephanie! Stephanie! Why are you leaving so soon? I have something to say.
Sorry, I have a flight to catch. Here, as I promised you. Are we good now?
Stephanie, why are you acting like this all of a sudden?
What? Isn't this what you helped me for? To get this camera?
So you really think that's all I cared about? I see. Well then, good luck with your musical. Goodbye.
My heart shatters, but I don't know what to do at this moment. That very night, I packed to return to the U.S., leaving as quickly as I had arrived.
Stephanie, listen. I know you're upset, but I need to explain something.
What is it, Dad?
Mrs. Sanchez and I are just old friends. After your mom and I divorced and I returned here, she helped me a lot. I didn't know you were planning to find her for dance lessons. I never meant to hide it from you.
I'm not blaming you, I just feel sad thinking about our family.
I'm sorry, Stephanie. I had enough of your mother's irrationality and ambition. I was afraid she'd turn you into someone like her. But fortunately, my princess, I'm glad you've strived to prove your talent. You're amazing.
Thanks, Dad. Oh, can you do me a favor, please? 2 weeks have flown by like a breeze. Time to say goodbye to Spain and the beautiful memories here. Our musical received countless invitations to tour worldwide, including beautiful Valencia. After the show, I spotted a familiar figure hiding behind the crowd. Is that?
Hello, musical actor Stephanie. I'm Elio Sanchez, a reporter for El Mundo. Nice to see you again.
Elio, hi. I guess I owe you an apology.
Yeah, maybe more than one. Do you have time for dinner?
Even though it was my birthday, my mom still came home very late at night and was even drunk like a sailor. Mom, you're back! It hasn't passed midnight yet. Please blow the candles with me. Oh, get lost. You're so annoying. I tried to push the cake towards her, but she firmly refused. Suddenly, my mom lost balance. Oh no. No, no, no. Before I knew it, she had fallen face down on the cake. Jeez, my birthday party ended in a way that couldn't have been worse. Hi, I'm Ruby, and I'm 17 years old. I lived with my single mother in a small apartment in New York City. Ever since I was a kid, I didn't know who my father was. Mom never told me about him. Apparently, I was the result of a mistake that she wanted to erase. When I was 10 years old, once when I was sitting in the living room, my mom hurriedly pulled me to the door and handed me a $20 bill. Take this and go to the game zone. Don't come back before 8 p.m. But before I could finish my sentence, she slammed the door in front of me. She was acting very strange, but because I was afraid of her anger, I still did as I was told. However, the money quickly ran out although the sun was still up. My stomach rumbled and I realized that I hadn't eaten properly since morning. I had no choice but to go home. I couldn't hold my bladder any longer anyway. After a moment of hesitation, I entered my mom's room intending to ask her to cook something for me. But unexpectedly, I saw my mom was about to kiss a man. Ew, it was so embarrassing.
Sonny, why is there a kid in your house?
My mom stammered, trying to explain to the other man, but he was too shocked to listen.
Why didn't you tell me you have a daughter? I think we should stop seeing each other.
As the man tried to leave, Mom tried to stop him with all her might. However, because she was too rushed, she accidentally hit the edge of the table and fell face first on the floor. Mom, are you okay?
Just sleep! You're an eyesore who only brings bad luck!
Hearing that, I burst into tears and ran to my room. Over the past years that had passed, my relationship with my mom had never improved. She always acted ruthless towards me. When I turned 16, I started working part-time to support myself. I saved a small amount of money and I hid it in a shoebox under the bed. But unexpectedly, one day I got home. I panicked when I saw my mom rummaging through my money. What are you doing, Mom? I need money for a trip. Stop! If we don't pay rent this month, we'll be kicked out. I tried to stop her, but she brutally pushed me away and left. Jesus, is she even my biological mom? Soon after, there was nothing left in our house. I tried to hold out until the landlord kicked me out.
Go away, you rats!
I helplessly tried to pick up the scattering items on the ground. But then, I found a photo and contact of an aunt I had never met named July who was living in Arizona. Mom talked about her a few times before, but I wasn't really paying attention. With the dire straits that I was in, I decided to use the rest of my money to find July in the hope of getting some help. After I arrived at the address in the photo, I was surprised to see how luxurious that place was. Gathering my courage, I rang the bell. A moment later, a beautiful woman opened the door for me. Hello, how can I help you? Hi, I'm Ruby. I'm Sunny's daughter. What? Aunt July was very alarmed when she saw me. She couldn't even utter a word. My mom had abandoned me, so I had nowhere else to go. You're the only family I have left. Seeing my pitiful appearance, she hesitated at first, but soon agreed to take me in. It turns out, my aunt was a famous TV presenter and had a loving family. Her husband was Juliel, a wealthy businessman, and they had a daughter named Emily who was 2 years younger than me. July treated me with so much warmth and hospitality. Not only did she give me a place to stay, she also spent a lot of time talking, cooking, and shopping with me. Those were the things my mom never did. God, if only July was my mom. However, it seemed that her daughter, Emily, disliked me. Once, she purposely threw a bar of soap in the middle of the floor to trip me up. Serves you right. I never understand why my mom brought a parasite like you into our house. For fear that July and Juliel would be upset, I put up with her bullying. However, the more I held back, the more obnoxious Emily became. One day, Uncle Juliel decided to throw a house party. Looking at my wardrobe, I realized I didn't have any decent clothes. At that moment, Emily passed by and mocked me. You'll embarrass my family if you wear those rags, country pumpkin. Suddenly, Aunt July appeared behind me and brought out a beautiful dress. Emily, don't be mean to your cousin. Not only that, she also gave me her favorite necklace. Emily saw this and became even angrier. She rushed over, ripped off the bracelet, and yelled like a child. Mom, why are you always favoring her? And you, parasite? Get back to your loser planet with your lousy mother. What a spoiled brat. I couldn't bear it any longer, so I rushed to beat her up. Also because of it, Aunt July and her husband often quarreled with each other. Soon after, another problem came. After disappearing for many months, one day, my mom suddenly appeared at Aunt July's doorstep. Why would she be there all of a sudden? Well, didn't expect you to come here, my stupid child. Are you having a good life? At that moment, July appeared. She panicked when she saw my mom. Immediately, she pulled mom into a private room. The two of them looked very suspicious. In the days that followed, my mom stayed at July's house. She did nothing but sunbathe and ordered me around like I was her maid. I even saw her sneak into July's room to steal her jewelry once. How unbelievable! She was beyond help. Mom, stop doing that. We're causing Aunt July trouble. I think we should leave soon. Not yet. I still have important work to do. It sounded to me like she was up to no good. That night, to bring Emily and me closer, Uncle Julio took us both out for some fresh air. However, because I felt uneasy after what my mom said, I secretly returned home to spy on her. As I walked through the corridor, I heard two voices arguing. It's because you stopped sending me monthly cash! How dare you say that after abandoning Ruby? I helped you keep your secret from her, you ungrateful sister! Everything you have now is thanks to me, you hear? Enough, you two! Just tell me, what are you hiding? My mom was startled when she saw me. Suddenly, she tried to snatch July's purse. Both of them struggled, and unfortunately, Aunt July lost her balance and fell down the stairs. Mom, we must take her to the hospital! My mom hesitated, then cowardly left. No one was in the house at that time, and the ambulance said it would take a while to arrive. I couldn't wait any longer. I carried Aunt July on my back and tried to run to the street on bare feet to seek help. Fortunately, after getting help, she slowly regained consciousness. Ruby, I'm sorry for keeping the truth from you. I'm your real mother. Unbelievable! She slowly began to explain everything. In the past, because of an early and unexpected pregnancy, she was so worried for her future and her career that she decided to entrust me to the care of her older sister, Sunny. A long time later, she married Julio and decided to bury her past. Every month, she secretly sent money to Sunny to support me without knowing that I was raised and treated so badly. I'm sorry, my baby. I was so wrong. Please let me make it up to you from now on. I was shocked after learning the truth, but thanks to it, I finally understood why Sunny was always so ruthless towards me. She was just using me to extort money from her sister. My evil mom, Sunny, was soon arrested. As for July, my real mom, she told her husband and Emily everything and also quit her job to spend more time with me. Needless to say, Julio and Emily were beyond shocked. I knew they would need time to accept this, but it's never too late to start over, right?
That day, I was riding the bus that was taking me to an eternal life of happiness with my destined other half, Richard. I could even feel his breath on my skin already. How exciting! Suddenly, don't you dare go near my Sahira. It was Chad again. He had scared Richard away. Please don't go, my darling. Just because of my bestie, a love that had yet to bloom had already withered. Hi, I'm Sahira, 19 years old. Have you ever yearned for love so bad you were obsessed by the thought of it? If yes, then you're just like me. Fortunately, I'm a technology prodigy. With Chad's help, I had invented an app called Love Vector, a safe community to connect dreamy souls that were looking for love. Just swipe right like this, and you might find the one. After putting it on the App Store, I decided to test it out as a customer. After matching a few potential boyfriends, I shifted my focus back on the math exam. As soon as I looked at the questions, my phone vibrated. You have a match with Enzo. Before I could cheer, Enzo's message appeared. Do you want to meet me? I'm working at a nearby heart hospital. It was my chance. I quickly scribbled on the answer sheet and snuck out of the class. Only 10 minutes later, I was at the hospital gate. Now the fastest way to meet Enzo would be... my heart. My sight is fading. Please call Dr. Enzo quickly. See, a little acting was all it took. In the hospital room, I laid anxiously waiting for my dream man to come and examine me. But all my expectations fell apart when I saw a 40-year-old doctor with a fat belly walk in. Sahira, is that you? We're such a match made of heaven. Enzo? Yes, it's me. Jesus, why did he look so different in real life? Suddenly, I feel so much better. I'm leaving now. Then I quickly ran away from the hospital. Soon later, I crashed into Chad. Where are you going in such a hurry, Sahira? As soon as he learned of my intention to find a boyfriend through the Love Vector app, he laughed and teased me. Why do you have to look so far away? Pay more attention to the guys next to you. You mean you... Oh, huh? I have a new match. Gotta bounce. Then I got a new date with a guy named Alfred at the mall. OMG, OMG, he was the most handsome man I had ever seen. Wait, did he really bring his mother to our date? By this time, you probably guess how disastrous the date would turn out. Look, his mom was feeding him hot dog while wiping his mouth. It's too hot, Mom. I can't eat. There, it's cooler now. I told you I can't eat. The hot dog flew right into my face. Oh my god, it was really hot. After those 2 hopeless dates, I looked for the only friend who would listen to my rant. Chad. Maybe I should give up. I'm not cut out for romance. Isn't it time you start paying attention to... Look! Isn't that the handsome boy Dylan that I super matched? I pushed Chad away and rushed to where Dylan was sitting. He seemed indifferent at first, but once he found out that I was the founder of Love Vector, he became interested. It turned out that he was an employee of a large technology corporation. He even offered to work with me and Chad to develop the Love Vector app, but Chad immediately turned him down. It's just a gut feeling, but I don't think he's a decent person. But I ignored his words because Dylan was the person I had been looking for all this time. Once while Dylan and I went to the movies together, it was super romantic. I was willing to give him my first kiss, but when I gently turned to the side saying, "Mwah," somehow his mouth was a bit smelly. And that's how my first kiss was ruined. If you keep getting between us like this, our friendship will end here. Dylan tried to ease the tension. Buddy, though I'm not sure why you hate my guts, but let's start over, okay? I immediately pinched Chad's arm to threaten him, and he reluctantly gave in. So I decided to organize a beach trip to bring Dylan and Chad together. It went peacefully until out of nowhere, a ball rolled in front of Dylan. Hey, wanna play a volleyball game? Whoever wins gets to have dinner with Sahira. Deal. Hey, wait. Why have dinner with me? I didn't have time to stop them as they quickly rushed to their heated battle. Soon the score was tied at 24-24. The final round would determine the winner. Dylan hit the ball and it flew straight towards Chad. Chad picked up his momentum, jumped high, and delivered a powerful blow. Meh, Dylan would definitely be able to... Ooh, you lost, pretty boy. Sahira will have dinner with me. No, wait, I have to take care of Dylan. He seems injured. Surprisingly, Dylan nudged me towards Chad. I'm fine, Sahira. Go with him. I reluctantly agreed. Geez, tonight I would definitely give Chad a good scolding. Even with all the delicious food on the table, I wasn't in the mood to eat. Whenever I opened my mouth to say something, Chad would quickly feed me. Can't you stop messing with... Suddenly, he wiped my mouth. Why had I never noticed Chad's eyes before? I immediately slapped myself a few times to wake up. Stop, Sahira, you already have a boyfriend. Suddenly, Chad spoke up. Don't trust Dylan too much. This afternoon, he could totally return my ball, but he didn't do that. I wonder why. Hey, stop thinking so badly of him. Then I got up and angrily left. I didn't believe that Dylan was such a person. When I returned to my room, to my surprise, I found him sneakily using my laptop. Dylan, what are you doing? My laptop is broken, so I have to borrow yours. It's just for a while, but why did you come back so early? I looked at my open laptop in stunned silence. Maybe I should really listen to Chad and investigate Dylan. The next day I asked him to go to the library, then pretended to forget my things at home. Oops, I forgot the book I borrowed from them last week. I'll be quick. Please wait for me. Then I pretended to leave, but actually hid in a corner quietly staring at Dylan and my laptop. Sure enough, he started opening it. What's worse, just a few days later, the technology corporation where he worked immediately launched a new app similar to the Love Vector app. Furious, I decided to drag Chad to the app launch premiere to give that traitor a surprise gift. As soon as the company director announced their new app, all the audience cheered and started downloading it. While no one was paying attention, I ran up to the stage and grabbed the mic. The app everyone is downloading was stolen from me by an employee named Dylan. I have proof, and I'll sue you all for stealing my idea. Immediately, the audience started booing. Is that true? This is not original. In a panic, Dylan also rushed up to the stage. I didn't do it, Sahira. It was when the angry director interrupted our conversation. Don't spit nonsense. This app is not stolen. We bought it from a guy named Chad. It was when I knew we had all fallen into Chad's trap. He hit two birds with one stone when he both got money from selling our app and fooling me into distrusting Dylan. Chad, I didn't expect the friend I trusted the most to be the one who betrayed me. I ended up cutting him off my life forever, and he also had to pay Dylan's company compensation. At the end of the premiere, I apologized to Dylan for misunderstanding him. It's okay, Sahira. You were tricked too. By the way, don't you want to know why I used your laptop? I immediately opened my laptop and found a hidden file in the corner of the screen. As soon as I pressed it, Dylan's familiar voice came out. Hi, I'm your virtual assistant. I am programmed to love you and you only.
One day, as I sneaked into the restroom of the shopping mall, Maddie opened a stall door and called me. Minnie, hurry up, I'm here! After 3 minutes, she came out in my favorite white dress. Thank you for saving my date. I smiled awkwardly, then crept out of the restroom. However, ouch! Oh no! The ripped hole on Maddie's clothes got bigger and I quickly became a laughing stock. Hi, I'm Minnie, and I just turned 15 recently. The happy life I was having was thanks to my 20-year-old sister, Maddie. You wonder why she meant so much to me? When I was 10, I was a girl who had a knack for creating robots. Once, when I was working on a new creation with a friend, I accidentally dropped it into the lake. According to Maddie, when I tried to save the robot, I slipped and also fell into the bottomless lake. The only thing I could remember was that when I woke up, I was in the hospital. Maddie was holding my hand tightly. Minnie! I'm glad you're okay. I almost died saving you. I felt extremely grateful that she was the one who brought me back from the brink of death. That's why, from then on, whenever she encountered any problem, I was always ready to help her. Once, she was going on a date, but Jack, her crazy ex-boyfriend of 5 years, found that out and came running to ruin her date. Maddie quickly called me. Minnie, my toxic ex is looking for me everywhere. He is even guarding the cinema door. I can't get out of the theater. What should I do? Worried about her, even though I was in the middle of a shower, I rushed to the Fast X movie theater with soap still on my head to rescue her. For Maddie, no matter how busy I was, I would give it up and be there for her. As she said, I caught Jack in front of the theater, while my sister and her new boyfriend were lurking behind the door. There must be a way to save her. Yes, that's it! How dare you betray me! Jack looked at me in confusion. Hearing my accusation, a curious crowd started gathering around us.
Are you nuts?
Jack, why did you leave me and your baby? I hugged his legs firmly and accidentally pulled his pants down. Jack, with a confused, embarrassed, and annoyed face, tried to hold onto his pants.
Stop it, you maniac! Where's your sister?
Little did he know, while he and I were making a scene, Maddie and her boyfriend had successfully crept out of the theater. Thankfully, she had escaped her crazy ex. Another time, Maddie and I were jogging in the park. Suddenly, from afar, a fierce pit bull slipped off his leash and charged at us.
Maddie, there's a dog chasing us. Run!
We ran with all our might, but Maddie accidentally tripped. When the dog was about to bounce on her, I quickly pushed her aside. Leave my sister alone! Quickly, I tossed my favorite Jordan shoe into the distance. The dog quickly got distracted and immediately chased after his new toy. Thank God. My sister and I escaped without a scratch from that ferocious pit bull. But unfortunately, I lost my favorite shoe. Just like that, we got each other's back from dusk till dawn. I felt blessed to have a sister like Maddie, and I hope she felt the same about me. Until one day. That night, I saw my mom preparing a fancy dinner and said that we were welcoming a special guest. As the clock struck 7 p.m., they finally arrived. They looked familiar, but I couldn't put a name on their faces. Minnie, do you remember Chad? You two used to be in the same robotics club. Chad? I didn't have many childhood friends, and yet I couldn't recall him.
We were close back then, Minnie. I still remember this robot. I was jealous of you for making something so wonderful.
Oh, I remembered. Chad was a close friend of mine who always helped me create robots. Suddenly, Maddie barged in. Don't hang out with him. Chad is not a good person. Maddie was acting so odd. But since I knew she always wanted the best for me, I was on guard and kept my distance from Chad. Sometime later, we met at the robotics competition at the school. He was a formidable opponent. Once, my robot had a problem during operation, and though it took me a whole day to fix, I couldn't find out what was wrong with it. Oh, this is stupid. Should I make a new one? Suddenly, a hand holding a screwdriver stopped me. Chad gleefully took my robot and smiled.
Don't throw it away. I can fix it for you.
No thanks. You're trying to tamper with it, aren't you? Without hesitation, he put his robot in my hand.
If you don't believe me, you can hold it captive. I want a fair competition.
Oh my god, how could he be so fearless? I quietly let him study my robot. In no time, he found the problem and easily fixed it. Because of this, I was more drawn to Chad. I was going to invite him to dinner to express my gratitude, but as soon as Maddie knew my intention, she stopped me right away. Minnie, I don't want to upset you, but don't get close to Chad. He's the one who threw your robot in the lake. God, I didn't expect him to be so cruel. Furious, I decided to have a word with him. The next morning, I went to Chad's house, but only his mom was there.
Why are you here, dear?
Didn't Chad say he was coming over to see your robot today? My robot? Oh no, could it be? I immediately booked an Uber and went home as fast as possible. If I was late, my hard work might be ruined. And that nightmare regretfully turned into a reality. When I came home, I saw Chad standing with my broken robot right at his feet. Unable to accept this, I slapped him. You jerk! Is that what you meant by fair competition? Doesn't your mom know how to raise you better?
Minnie, you mustn't say that to Chad. Wait, Minnie, let me explain.
I angrily pushed him away and ran away. By the time it got darker, I started to feel hungry and wanted to go home. Suddenly, I felt a dark shadow following me. My gut feelings told me something bad was about to happen. I quickly dialed my sister's number, but she didn't pick up. Suddenly, that stalker blocked my way. It was Jack. He wanted to avenge me.
Finally caught you. Because of you, I was humiliated in front of everyone.
It's your fault for always bothering my sister. Leave us alone. In blind rage, Jack grabbed my wrist and sneered.
So protective of her, aren't you? Don't you know the reason you lost your memories was because your dear sister pushed you into that lake?
What did you say?
Your boy next door saved you, you know? Maddie is slicker than I thought. She's been successfully hiding the truth from you until now.
I was shocked and speechless. It turned out that year, as I tried to stop Maddie from going out with Jack, I grabbed her leg and made her angry. Maddie and Jack pushed me away so hard that I accidentally fell into the lake. Out of nowhere, Chad rushed over and punched Jack in the groin. The crazy axe was so horrified that he quickly ran away. After hearing the real story, I immediately came to Chad to confirm it. He only sighed.
Yes, I didn't want to seem like bragging, but when we were little, after you fell into the lake, I jumped in to save you.
At this moment, my head suddenly dropped painfully. Finally, I remembered everything. That year, Chad was my real savior. While I was dizzy, I vaguely remembered Maddie trying to splash water on herself to make it seem like she had jumped in to save me. About my robot earlier, Chad said he received a message from me asking for this help. However, when he arrived, he saw it was already broken and lying hopelessly on the ground. Immediately, I opened my phone to check. I never texted him myself. That meant Maddie must have used my phone while I was in the shower. God, my trust was so misplaced. My sister was the real jerk who had been trying to manipulate me. After Chad took me home, I told the whole truth to my family. Don't believe him. He just wanted to hurt you, Minnie. You're still twisting the truth? I've remembered everything myself. Maddie trembled and fell on her knees. She begged me for forgiveness, but I couldn't. The wound was way too fresh. It would probably take me a long time to forgive Maddie. As for me and Chad, even though we were rivals in many competitions, we were still good friends. Recently, he's even been hitting on me. Honestly, with a guy that intelligent and selfless, I don't mind becoming Mrs. Diane to his Rick Sanchez. As I was finishing my lunch, someone said mockingly, "Millie the Red, why are you in my seat?" Jessica violently slammed into my tray, causing my food to splatter everywhere. Are you nuts, Jessica? I furiously squeezed the milk carton in my hand so hard that it splashed all over her hair. Now we're fair, dairy cow! Jessica screamed and ran away. I laughed out loud. Mess with me one more time and you're done, dumbass. Hi, I'm Stephanie, 15 years old. I have rare, fiery red hair, and I love it so much because it was passed down from my deceased grandmother. But the students in my school didn't think so. They kept calling me Millie the Red Devil and made me their entertainment. Once during an art class, Jessica squeezed an entire tube of black watercolor on my head. Oh, sorry, Stephanie, but it makes your hair less weird. With that, she casually left, leaving me shocked and depressed with my dirty hair. Another time, during extracurricular, our whole class was taken to visit Central Park when suddenly I fell straight into a large hole. Are you going back to hell, Stephanie? Jessica looked at me with a big grin. She was definitely behind it. After a while, I finally climbed out of the hole. I rushed straight to Jessica and threw my backpack at her. Stop with your stupid bully, ugly witch! Jessica got mad and the two of us got into a big fight. Unfortunately, I tripped on a can and my whole body fell into the trash can on the side of the road. Dazed and angry, I left in the laughter of the surrounding crowd. What a pathetic field trip! That night, a friend of mine in the K-pop fan club invited me to perform a song. Even though I was shaking, I still went on the stage and rocked the floor with How You Like That by Blackpink. But because I was too excited, I jumped from the stage to the cheering audience without noticing that the stage was 7 feet high. As a result, I broke my leg and had to be in a cast for a while. Although it was not something to be proud of, the video of a red-haired girl breaking her leg while performing became extremely viral. After only one night from an unknown person, I became a star in the school. The next morning, when I was sitting in class, many people came by to say hello, even though I had never talked to them. Jessica also tried to avoid me whenever I walked by. Not only that, the meditation club and the contemporary dance club even fought each other to recruit me. It felt nicely interesting to be famous. A bunch of boys also came to ask for my number, but only one stood out. He was Henry, the president of the Swing Music Club and also the son of a famous rock star. Every year, Swing would hold fundraising concerts that attracted a lot of attendees, especially big shots who were looking for new talent. One day when I was drinking, Henry suddenly came to me.
Hi, Stephanie. I've seen your performance. Would you like to participate in Swing's upcoming concert?
I was so surprised that I squirted water directly on his face. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. And of course, Henry awkwardly wiped his face and invited me to practice. We were both very serious at it. When I got more skilled, he took me to perform with him at many events. There was not a single person in town who didn't know about red-headed Stephanie. My hair became the spotlight every time I went on stage. After a while, Henry confessed to me, and I immediately agreed. Dating the leader of the Swing made me even more famous, but unexpectedly, it drew anger and jealousy from the girls in my school. They even set up their own blog with the title, Stephanie, You Will Never Be Famous. But I wasn't concerned about them. Unlike before, I had Henry now, and we continued to perform with all our hearts at Swing's annual concert. When the performance was over, a man suddenly approached us at the backstage.
Hi, I'm Aaron from American Music Talent Management. Tomorrow we will hold an audition, and it'll be our pleasure if you two can join us.
I quickly agreed to apply to the audition, but Henry didn't seem to entertain the idea. After Aaron left, he suddenly told me,
Stephanie, don't listen to him. Neither him nor his company is honest.
Don't be so skeptical. This will be a great opportunity for us. So, despite my boyfriend's objections, I came to audition with Aaron the next day. Before singing, he also asked me to sign a bunch of papers.
Don't worry, it's just registration forms.
Without a doubt, I immediately followed suit. My audition that day went very well. They officially accepted me as one of their exclusive singers. Aaron helped me arrange everything from stage clothes, shoes to legal stuff, and my job was only to shine on stage. After 2 months of preparation, my first big performance was at an important music show. That day, I was paired with an extremely gorgeous blonde singer.
Stephanie, after the show ends, you and your co-star must give each other a deep kiss.
What? Why do we have to kiss?
You don't need to know. Just do it.
Although I was bewildered by his strange request, I still reluctantly agreed. After performing the song, I quickly approached my co-star and gave her a very passionate kiss. The audience went absolutely crazy over it. They clapped and shouted frantically. My debut was more successful than I expected. And unsurprisingly, overnight, my name appeared all over the media. The whole world exploded with the image of a dazzling redhead burning the stage with her outstanding performance that ended with a fiery kiss. After that, almost every teenage girl dyed their hair red like me. They even called me the real-life Ariel. That made me extremely excited. About a week later, Henry asked me out to talk.
Stephanie, you must stop working with Aaron. He's just trying to take advantage of you. Trust me.
You're too much, Henry. If you can't accept that I am more popular than you now, maybe we should break up. Henry was speechless while I coldly walked away. Still, that event heavily affected my mood. It led to a catastrophic failure of my show rehearsal. Even my voice was muffled and distorted. Disappointed, the show director told me in private.
Stephanie, you should lip sync for now.
I'm sorry, sir. I swear my voice will be back to normal by tomorrow.
Don't sweat it. I just need your red hair. As for your voice, it never really matters.
Then he turned and left. His words left me devastated. So only my hair was worthy? I burst into tears and ran away. As I walked through the backstage, all of a sudden, I saw Aaron and a powerful-looking man talking.
Aaron, her voice and her hair are both ugly. Are you sure we should keep her? Boss, you can rest assured. It's ugly, but the world loves it. And she didn't even know she signed a 10-year unpaid contract. What a stupid kid.
Shoot! I remembered on the first day of audition, Aaron had me sign so many papers that I haven't even read them. Was it the unpaid contract he said? I rushed in front of Aaron, raised my hand, and slapped him. You jerk! You've been fooling me all this time! So all they want is my hair? Fine, I'll give them just that. I grabbed a pair of scissors nearby and cut my hair short without a moment of hesitation. I threw the messy red hair straight at Aaron's face. Take my hair and go make money! Then I left angrily. The very next morning, I dyed my hair white. I wanted the fans to pay attention to my voice, not this fiery hair. After silently gathering every possible evidence, I publicized the entire scam of Aaron and his company on social media. It caused a huge protest among the fans, and that forced the company to close down. After that, I was back to being a normal nameless person. During a starry night, I invited Henry over to talk. Henry, I'm sorry I was selfish back then.
It's okay, Stephanie. I understand what you've been through.
He smiled forgivingly and pressed his lips to mine. Turns out, Henry's father used to be a victim of Aaron and his company. That's why he tried so hard to stop me from joining them. Now, Henry and I continue to perform together, and we're both successful in our own way. As I was trembling with a heavy tray of drinks, a hurried guest suddenly bumped into me, causing my entire tray to drop right on the ground. Immediately, the hostess shouted,
Helen, you're fired!
I kept apologizing to her, saying that my mom was in the hospital, so I really needed this job, but she still kicked me out mercilessly. Feeling guilty, the guest earlier said,
I'm so sorry, young lady. If you want, you can come to my place. I'll arrange a new job for you.
After that, he gave me a note with his home address and left. Hi, I'm Helen. I'm 16 years old. When I was a child, my dad left me while my sick mom was hospitalized all the time. Every day, I had to study and work until late at night to be able to cover the huge amount of hospital bills. After receiving the home address, I went straight there. It was a gorgeous mansion. The guest from yesterday appeared, and it turned out it was James Smith, a wealthy tycoon. When James and I were talking, suddenly a drunk girl came in. James grumbled.
Jenny, partying again? You should have been ashamed of your poor test scores for the Fairmont Academy entrance exam.
Fairmont Academy? I just got a scholarship for it recently. An idea popped up in my mind. Sir, if you want to improve your daughter's grades, I can also tutor her. With that said, I showed him my Fairmont scholarship and James promptly agreed to my offer. But Jenny was a different story. She rolled her eyes and bared her fangs. Listen, new face. 9 self-declared tutors have come here, and they've all been fired. Get ready to be the 10th. After that, she coldly left the room. James comforted me.
It's okay, Helen. If you can help her increase her grades, I'll definitely reward you.
I thanked him and promised to start tutoring Jenny. But it was difficult, just like what Jenny said. She kept coming up with weird tricks so she wouldn't have to learn. For example, she would hide her books or pretend to be sick every time I started class. Once, as soon as I arrived, I saw Jenny dancing at the swimming pool. When I came to her, she angrily shouted, "I'm not studying! Just leave!" I turned off the music and firmly told her to come inside to start the lesson. Angrily, she rushed over and pushed me straight into the pool. It made my books and laptop wet. However, she just threw a bunch of money on me and snickered. "This is enough for you to buy 2 more laptops! Get the hell out of here!" Furiously, I told all of that to her dad. Needless to say, James was furious and called Jenny into the room.
Jenny, as of tomorrow, you will transfer to Lockwood High in Canada.
What? That uptight and remote school?
Correct. If I can't teach you, Lockwood will.
Jenny burst into tears of resentment and left. As for me, James sent me my payment and promised to arrange a different job for me. However, the money was still far from enough to pay for my mom's hospital bills. While I was not knowing what to do, suddenly my phone rang. It was Jenny. She asked me out to talk. Contrary to her usual stuck-up attitude, Jenny desperately begged me to go to Canada to study on her behalf. In return, she would pay for my mother's hospital bills. I was surprised but also worried. But what if your dad knows about this? And what about the paperwork? I'm rich. I can take care of those minor stuff. Just say yes and someone will come and take you to Lockwood High. I decided to agree, but on one condition. She would have to replace me to study at Fairmont Academy. I couldn't just drop out like that, and she also agreed. Later that day, I said goodbye to my mom and began my journey to Canada. After a week of studying, I gradually got used to my new life. It was quite challenging indeed. One day, while walking in the hallway, I saw Kelly, a notorious classmate of mine who was cornering another girl. "Oh, a small country girl like you also comes here to study? You should have stayed at home and worked as a janitor like your mother." That's so mean! I must help that poor girl. I quickly walked past them and shoved my Starbucks at Kelly. "What the hell is wrong with you, Jenny? Do you know how much this Chanel dress costs?" "Oh, sorry, my hand slipped." She angrily raised her hand to slap me, but she was abruptly stopped by Alan, the class's hottest boy.
Come on, Kelly. You were bullying the other girl first.
Kelly was so frustrated that she left immediately. I wanted to comfort the other girl, but she had also run away. Only Alan and I remained. Somehow we hit it off and became very close after that. One day, I came to class earlier than usual and saw Kelly doing something suspicious to the classroom door. With a bad premonition, I hid in a corner and overheard her whole plan. Good. Let's see who runs this school, Jenny. So when she wasn't paying attention, I swiftly entered the classroom through the back door. I was proudly crossing my arms and sneered at her angry face when suddenly the teacher opened the door and walked in. In a flash, a basket of fake snakes fell straight on her head. Both Kelly and I panicked while the teacher screamed at the top of her lungs and fainted. I hurriedly shouted for the whole class to take her to the infirmary. As for Kelly, she was punished soon after. She had to clean the toilet for 2 months in a row. Haha, serves that witch right. One day, Lockwood High held an auction to raise funds for the Halloween festival. My role was to wear a beautiful white dress for the guests to bid on, while Alan was the host. Very quickly, the dress was bidded to 50. Very quickly, the dress. I was super excited to see who was the bidder, but to my horror, Kelly appeared. She walked onto the stage to the applause of everyone. Kelly stood in front of me and smirked. This is truly a work of art. But it'll be even more beautiful when... Before she finished her sentence, Kelly pulled out a paint gun and shot at me repeatedly. The beautiful white dress quickly turned into a disaster to the panic of the guests. With a stroke of genius, Alan quickly came to the rescue.
How utterly amazing and creative, isn't it? Can you see, ladies and gentlemen? Each streak of color makes the dress look like a Van Gogh painting.
The audience gasped and applauded loudly. They said the dress was like an abstract artwork and even pushed the price higher than the price Kelly had bidded. But before I could rejoice, I suddenly saw James in the audience. Oh my god, why is he here? I panicked and ran off the stage, but that witch Kelly tripped me. I stumbled and got entangled in the microphone wire and pulled the entire speaker system down. They fell on both Kelly and me, and we slowly lost consciousness. As the sun rays hit my eyes, I slowly woke up. Luckily, the accident didn't cause too much damage to me. In the room, there was only an extremely angry man standing in silence. Great, I'm screwed. I explained the whole story to James. Fortunately, he understood and quickly resolved the paperwork to bring me home. On the way home, I turned to ask him what he would do with Jenny. He said in desperation,
I don't know. She's too spoiled.
Suddenly, I came up with a plan and quickly told James. With a wink to him, I called her. Jenny, bad news! Your dad has found out about us switching places and had a heart attack. He was transferred to the ER. What? How could that be? Just go to the hospital. When Jenny arrived, she burst into tears when she saw her father on the bed. Since he was promoted, he was too busy with work and we've become so distant. We never even spoke to each other more than 3 sentences ever since. Jenny hugged her father and cried until James winked at me. This play could come to an end now. He slowly sat up and patted Jenny's shoulder, who was now drenched in tears. She looked up, screaming in panic as if she had seen a ghost. I quickly covered Jenny's mouth so that James could explain.
My dearest, I'm sorry I wasn't there for you. I tried to make it up by giving you more money, more beautiful clothes. But apparently, it wasn't enough. You were lonely, right?
In the end, there was their misunderstanding. Jenny stopped acting stubborn and snobbish, and the two of them spent more time together. After everything, funny as it is, Jenny and I started to become close. James was kind enough to adopt me and promised to help me pay for my school fees and my mom's hospital bills. One day, I was tutoring Jenny when suddenly the doorbell rang. I ran out to see who it was when, to my surprise, it was Alan. He hugged me tightly.
I finally found you, Helen. Will you be my girlfriend?
Saying that, Alan leaned forward. Just like that, we kissed passionately in the first breeze of fall.
Babe, you make my heart skip a beat.
Char gently stroked my hair. Our lips almost touched, but I was startled when I saw Sel, my sister, hiding behind a tree and constantly making strange movements, signaling me to stop. Jeez, she was probably trying to ruin everything again. I still closed my eyes and kissed Chard. Immediately, a pebble hit him in the head, causing him scream in pain. Damn it! Who threw a rock at me? From a distance, I saw Sel smiling mischievously. There's no doubt she was the culprit, but I couldn't tell him the truth. Chard left angrily. My date was ruined. Ugh! I really can't stand my sister. Hi, I'm Bella, and this is my weird older sister, Sel. I didn't understand why she always tried to disrupt the relationship between me and Chard, the school's hottest boy. After that date, I furiously argued with Sel at our home. Have you lost your mind? Why did you throw a pebble at Chard? Stay away from him. I just want the best for you. You're just jealous. No, Chard is a jerk. He has cheated on many girls. Come on, Sel, don't make up stories. Leave me out of that. One day, while Chard and I were on a date, his phone was blowing up with messages. I curiously peeked at his screen and saw, oh my god, he was texting with someone named Isabella? For your information, Isabella is actually the nickname that Sel uses to sign under every picture she draws. Could it be my sister and Chard? Seeing my doubtful gaze, he reassured me and kissed me on the forehead.
Don't worry, babe. It's my classmate asking me about a group assignment.
When I got home, I found Sel lying on the couch, texting someone and giggling non-stop. As soon as she saw me, she immediately put her phone away. Remembering what happened earlier, I got angry. Why are you so sneaky? Are you flirting with Chard? So, you're trying to ruin our relationship to rob him from me? If your boy can't make you feel secure, you should take a look at him again, sis. To confirm my suspicion, I took Chard to the cafe where Sel was working. When they met at the counter, Chard was totally oblivious to her. His indifference made me believe he was telling the truth. Maybe I was too skeptical, and it could be a different Isabella. One day, while waiting for Chart, a hand suddenly covered my mouth and pushed me into the car. It turned out to be my crazy sister again. Sal, what the hell are you up to now? Don't wait for Chart. He won't come to you anymore because he's with me. What do you mean? Sal smirked, then stepped on the pedal and sped to a house. She motioned me to be quiet, then led me to a room. Stay here. You'll know everything. I sat still with her behind the wall and watched. Before my eyes, Chart was blindfolded and sitting on a chair in the middle of the room. Suddenly, Sal spoke up with a sultry voice. Hi, Chart. This is our first time meeting each other. Are you curious about me?
Of course, Isabella.
Chart excitedly replied. You say you like me, right?
Yes, babe.
So, who is Bella?
Believe me, I don't know who she is.
What? I was so embarrassed and was about to run over to give him a slap, but Sal stopped me. She continued to speak flirtatiously. All right, now keep your blindfold on and slowly step forward. I'm here. A sexy but extremely muscular girl suddenly appeared from nowhere and stood in front of Chart. Still being blindfolded, Chart hungrily hugged the girl like a wolf, but only to be startled.
Wait, why are you so huge? You don't feel as soft and sexy as your pictures.
Immediately, the other girl twisted Chart's arm behind him.
You jerk! Time for punishment! Who are you?
Sal dragged me into the room and switched on the light. At that point, everything finally became clear. Chart took off his blindfold in surprise, and the strange girl took off her wig. Oh, he was Will, Sal's best friend. Sal spoke again. Hi, I'm Sal, known as Isabella. And I'm also Bella's older sister. Chart stammered.
What about the pictures?
They're from the internet, you fool. Congratulations. You fell into my trap and showed my sister what an a-hole you are. Sis, he's all yours. I used all my strength to give him a punch. Jerk! Sal took out a phone hidden in the corner of the room. I recorded your shameful moment today. You better stay away from my sister and live a decent life. Chart panicked, then hurriedly left. Sal told me. I used to read many posts on Facebook accusing Chart of being a serial cheater, but I couldn't find them to prove it to you, so Will and I devised this plan to expose him. From that day on, Chart no longer showed up in front of me. Sal and I have stopped fighting and become much closer. Girls, don't be so quick to believe a boy's sweet words. Your older sister is much more trustworthy.